What up, y'all? So, back at it with part 7 of the Legend run. I am 3 wins away from Legend. So, I've been playing Companion Hunter, and I really like the Critter Caretaker version. Seems pretty solid. Had a pretty decent run with it so far. One thing that I'm trying in this one is I've been wanting to do Nightmare Lord Xavius. So, I took out both of the animal companions that cost 3, and I put in Nightmare Lord, and I wanted to try a Shadowed Informant. It actually seemed like it's got a lot of potential here. I like having kind of smoother curve here, so it's another 2-drop. Migrating Elekk I actually like a lot as a 2-drop. It's just getting better and better the more I play this. So I think that's... I almost want 2 Shadowed Informant, but I don't want to go overboard right away. I want to make sure the card is worth the spot. So I'm going to throw 1 in here, kind of see how it goes. But pretty much everything else has been working very well. Yeah, not a lot to say about this. I mean, this is part 7, so I've played this deck a couple of times now, and for about probably half this Legend run, and it's been working very well. I think this is genuinely one of the best decks in the format, and I'm very surprised that it's not getting, that the data is not showing that this is more dominant. It seems like, from what I've seen at least, it seems like the data is kind of varied, and it puts this in, I want to say, the B tier. Whereas I consider this to be top tier 100%, no question in my mind, right along with like Herald Shaman and Bubble Paladin and stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe it'll take some time for the data to really catch up, because one of the things I think that is taken into account is like number of games. Because it's one thing to have like a crazy win rate, but it's another thing to have a crazy win rate with a significant amount of games behind you. So I don't know. There's a lot of factors going on, but I think this deck is fantastic, and no matter what version of it you're playing, I think if you're playing it, you're going to be ahead of the metagame a little bit. I think the most ahead version is going to be the Critter Caretaker one, because there's 2 different versions that I've seen that seem to be the best ones. There's the ones with Reinforcement Rallier. Sometimes they play Arcane Shot, and those ones are just much more aggressive, and they don't play Critter Caretaker, obviously, because, I mean, this is just conducive with being a little bit of a slower combo deck. So it really depends on which direction you want to go, but I think the Caretaker version has a little bit more versatility than the Reinforcement Rallier one. So that's enough blabbing from me. Let's get some games in. Ooh, okay. I'm very happy to play against Mage. The last time I played against Mage, I did kind of underestimate them, and it turned out to bite me in the rear. I ended up misplaying that game, and it cost me. That was in part 6, so if you want to see one of the biggest misplays I think I've almost ever made, that's there. But this hand is great. Dang, okay. My HS tracker just crashed. Well, in that case... yeah, this hand seems fantastic, though. I don't think I can... I don't think I can shuffle any of this away. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, so this is Quest Mage, which is fine.
Welcome to the world.
Was kind of hoping it was Leyline Mage. Ooh, Crystal Spine Cub is pretty awesome. Yeah, Leyline Mage, really not very good in my experience. And even though they buffed, what, 3 of the cards in it? Still don't think it's very good. Okay, that'll be cool. So let's do this. And...
Welcome to the world.
what does this give us? Ooh, excellent. Then this guy gets double pumped because of the extra mana. Looking good. Discards after 2. So next turn we're going to give +2/+2 to something and keep bashing. It'll be interesting to see also what this does with Confront the Tol'vir, if this gives +1/+1 or if it actually gives +2/+2. I would assume it's +1/+1. But you never know.
Big yawn.
Well, that's pretty sweet. Attack for 7 on turn 3. So pretty much from here, just want to keep upgrading the animal companions. So ideally, we'll tracking and hit like a Tame Pet or another Elekk. I mean, Tame Pet is the best one because we get to double up on that with Confront the Tol'vir.
Change is coming.
Yeah, worst part about HS Tracker crashing is now if I hover over Confront the Tol'vir, I don't know exactly what it's going to play. But, you know, we can go old school. We can use our brain. You know, what's memory? You know. Sure. Yeah, I'll take that. Mend is fine. There's the Tame Pet. Fantastic. Okay. Ooh, Broll is great. Yeah, I think we gotta wait a turn for Confront the Tol'vir, because not getting the tracking in there is a shame. So... yeah, let's see. Another Tame Pet is fantastic. Alright, that's like the best possible. Go to 6. All very reasonable.
What are you waiting for?
Alright, hurry, hurry. Okay, what did I end up picking? I just picked something. I was like, I have to get this attack in. The random 3-cost beast that attacks a random enemy. Sure.
Out of my jungle.
Alright, well, I think... so yeah, I'm not going to play Mend because Confront the Tol'vir targets enemies if possible, so let's just do this.
The tracks lead this way.
Welcome to the world.
Okay, so that does give +1/+1 since it wasn't in our hand. Another Tame Pet. Ah, no Dracorex there, darn. Then we've got 10 cards in our hand. We're not going to be able to... I mean, unless we get a 1-drop we can play here. Ah, but it's going to... might as well. And we are at 8, so this will put us at 10. I mean, we're going to have to play some cards in our hand, I think, to make sure that Confront the Tol'vir actually does something. Because otherwise we're going to burn some cards. It's, yeah, you definitely don't want to be throwing away that much value. But being at 8 is not bad, because... I guess I could just, like, Talya. I don't know. Ooh, wow. That was rude. Into the Origin Stone? Okay.
My hand is too full.
Dang. So the question is, how much do I care about burning cards? Because I've got 20 cards in my deck right now. This is actually a really fast way to get to... Yeah, let's just run it. I think that's the way to go, honestly. And if we do this, that'll free up one extra card in our hand. And hopefully take this guy out. Yeah, that's fine.
The tracks lead this way.
So we're burning, what, 3 cards, I think, here? Sweet.
Welcome to the world.
Sure.
The tracks lead this way.
Welcome to the world.
Actually, burning double Acorn is not bad at all. I'm very happy with that. We burned double Acorn and Nightmare Lord. That's very reasonable. Oh. Well, excuse me? Excuse me? They just did what now? Good lord.
My hand is too full.
Okay then. That was pretty nuts. They just got 24 mana worth of minions for 6 mana. And one of them happened to be Omen. Wow, and another one happened to be Atlasaurus. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. That's 14 attack by itself. This is bad. This is bad. Well, I think we have to do this then. Because this will at least let us get Tortola. This will take out 1 minion. Like it matters. It's going to take this guy out, which, you know, does spare me a little bit of value here because they're going to pump a couple of minions.
What have we here? What are you waiting for?
Let's do that. Hopefully this puts a target on Niri's back and makes them more likely to try to get rid of it. Because sometimes this is what I like to do with Niri. It's such a powerful card that, you know, when people see it, some people get scared. In this situation, I don't think it's super scary. However, oh good lord. Okay then. That's one way to handle this. Alright, so they now have double Omen. This is this is crazy. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Bruh, did you taking my strategy? Alright, so the game's not over, but this is a rough spot to come back from.
Stand for your queen.
Sure. Oh no, don't you dare fill this up with acorns. Really? Oh, that's the worst possible. Literally, oh my god. That was the worst possible stuff I could have drawn there. That just filled my board up, so now I don't have space for all of the Call of the Wild. I can get 2 of the 3 minions, but that's... wow. Okay then, in that case... I was gonna say we probably have a chance, but no, I don't think we actually have a chance anymore. Cause like, I guess I could roam free for Tortola. Does that do enough?
What have we
It might
here?
buy me a turn.
Nature embraces us.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I think doing this is just the only play I have, sadly. Like, I could throw away the Niri, but... 18... No, I think they got me this turn. Yeah, they definitely got me here. Wow. Okay, well, you know, this was a good mage player. I don't know if they got lucky or if they're really good at this. My guess, you know, I'm gonna say they got lucky because that ultimate mana thingy thing, the 6 mana that got them 24 mana worth of minions. Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that off of more chi was just actually crazy. But yeah, this does kind of hold true to my theory that like the quality of the quest mage decks is dependent on the quality of their discovers. And they got some very good discovers, so here we are. Alright. Can't argue with that. We are 0-1.
Xavius versus Alleria.
Alright, we're back to Hunter mirror matches.
I'll make my own fortune.
Yeah, hard to throw this away. I do want to know how Shadowed Informant does, so it's worth the keep. Ooh, look at them go. Okay, it's going to be an uphill battle if they got Tame Pet on turn 1.
The tracks lead this way.
See if we can catch up. Perfect. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Alright, so they're at 2. Confront the Tol'vir is a great draw there. Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna go Sands of Time and Wound Prey, I think. Ooh, double Wound Prey. Keeping that.
What are you waiting for?
Shadowed Informant for a Hunter spell would be sweet. Yeah, as much as I want to confront the Tol'vir,
Silver arrowheads.
I do have to be conscious about the value that I'm creating, because there's 2 paths to victory in this mirror match, and one is overwhelming your opponent by making like bigger animal companions faster than they can. The other way is to kind of match your opponent and outvalue them with very conscious choices for like Confront the Tol'vir and Discoverers and things like that. You know, you got to make sure that you're winning the attrition war for that. I think it's a little bit harder to overwhelm them because there's a lot of luck involved in that. In this case, just looking at the discrepancy between our hands, I have, 8 cards to their 3. I think it's more likely that I could... this is an interesting choice here, actually. It's much more likely that I could out-attrition them here. So, let's do... Yeah, I'm a big fan of this Caretaker. And it helps a lot in matchups like this, whereas I get the feeling if they're playing this guy that they're not playing Critter Caretaker, which means that they're trying to go as fast as possible, which is good for me. Whenever that happens, Critter Caretaker tends to do a lot of work. Like, I love it in the Herald Shaman matchup, because Herald Shaman is, you know, very consistent, very aggressive. The games that I've played against them with Critter Caretaker, I've gained 12, 15, you know, like crazy amounts of life over the course of the game, and it's been huge. Because it essentially just gives me the time to just put together a board where I can go off. I think Confront the Tol'vir is the call here. I mean, that's not very good. Yeah, we got to do this. Because look at this value. Sure, into tracking for... Cool. 1 wound prey, 2 wound prey. Nice.
Come closer.
Ooh, into another wound prey. I dig it. Now we can get rid of both of these guys. And just to be sure...
Welcome to the world.
Yeah, these 5-drops are nothing crazy. I don't really like those. The Hollow Direhorn guy is interesting. That one could have some relevance on the game, but... Yeah, regardless, this is a great spot. Oh, well, looky here. That worked out nicely. Yeah, kind of hard not to play this guy. Okay, those are some decent 6s. I like that a lot. Tyrannogil and... Yeah, all 3 of those, actually, very reasonable. Let's do... Yeah, I don't hate this. That's fine. Yeah, sometimes in these situations, I kind of like trading the Caretaker if it makes it so that they don't gain life when I can't gain life. There's obviously no point in giving your opponent value when you don't have to.
Return to the wild, my friend.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Sisters, my will shall lead us to victory. Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
Alright, so now we get roam free into Call of the Wild, which will give us 8 drops, which is great. Well, they're on 7s? 8s? They're on 8s also, so, is what it is. Yeah, would have been pretty awesome to get some solid 8s there, but these are reasonable 8s. They just put himself to 9s, which I'm totally okay with. The 8s are way better than 9s normally. Ooh, look at that. That's a great one to get off of Sansa time. Another sigil, sure. Yeah, surprisingly, we're pretty neck and neck in cards right now. So it's looking like whoever can out-attrition the other is going to be the winner here. And it's going to come down to stuff like this. You know, Confront the Tol'vir is a huge card. Call of the Wild, also a pretty huge card. Ooh, that was a good one. So I'm at 8s right now. If I do this, I'll go to 10s. But then I don't really have a way to deal with this board is the problem. This will give me a pre-spell. I do draw 2 cards, so it is very possible I could end up with the 4-mana guy. Yeah, I think doing this when I have 10s is way better than having 8s, especially if I don't have Drake Rex, especially in this situation. So let's do this. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to draw. Now I can just choose what I want. And to Confront the Tol'vir, bruh, the value. So I think I get Omen.
Come to me, friends.
Because then I can just go with this. And this. Face. And it's not ideal to open up their board. Since they had the Sigil of the Seas, I could have avoided the value they're getting from those. But honestly, not that big of a deal, because I definitely swayed. Ooh, I definitely swayed the game momentum here. That gives them rush, not charge, thankfully, so we don't have to worry about those guys attacking face. It seems like they're much more concerned about all of my minions here. Which is great, because I'm just going to call the Wild and do some more nonsense next turn. Haha. Alright, so now we got a game on our hands. Call the Wild versus Call the Wild when we're both at 10s. This is crazy. Yeah, this is where things just get out of hand. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, the fact that they got Talya is a very big deal, though, because now, you know, that gives them that extra one off the Call of the Wild. So, double Omen, and that's going to be a problem.
You love my new
Ooh, they main this. They play Crazed Alchemist for this particular situation. Alright. Okay. They earned it. Well done. Alright, they were prepared for this specific matchup. That's crazy. Alright, so Crazed Alchemist is definitely something people are playing now. And that was exactly why. That was nuts. Okay then. Not much you can do about that. I'm not sure that I mean, I guess if I keep playing these mirror matches, then I will probably have to play a Crazed Alchemist, and it's for, you know what, that actually would have been better than the Shadowed Informant. I don't know. I'm going to think about that one. I want to see how the Shadowed Informant does, but that Crazed Alchemist, ay. Yeah, I'm really tempted to play a Crazed Alchemist now. I'm going to think about that for one more game. Okay, so I did it. I added the Crazed Alchemist. I couldn't help myself.
I'll meet my own fortune.
This is not a bad hand against a shaman. Yeah, this card is it can be hit or miss. Really just depends on what they're playing. Like, they do play enough 3 health minions that sometimes Sylvanas is not very useful early on. But it can help counteract just complete blowout wins. So I'm going to keep it on that logic. But, you know, Could go either way. Ooh, that's good.
Job's done.
Sweet. Into tracking. Excellent. Ooh, no one drop is very good for me. Also, I gotta say, it's really interesting playing this deck with the tracker and without the tracker. Like the last 2 games without the tracker, you gotta keep track of exactly which minions you got for your animal companions, and it's a lot more mentally taxing. Not that it's not possible, but it's definitely annoying. And I think this is... Yeah, it's kind of hard to pass up this value. Oh. There's a part of me that's like, don't fall for it. But...
What have we here?
Yeah, I think this is...
Arrows shall strike down
It's good tempo. Gives me a little bit more board presence. I think it's justifiable. Might be a little bit greedy. Ooh, and then they do that? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm happy with that. There are a lot of things I could get off a Nightmare Lord here that would be good. Talya would be a huge one. I would love to see here. I could try to tracking into something like Confront the Tol'vir. But I think this is the way. Ooh, okay. Well... It's either Niri or Spiritspeaker. I think Niri's the call, because then I get double tracking, double wound prey. Spiritspeaker, very good. It would give me one of these guys. The Wasp could be really good here. To be fair, that Wasp could really mess up this game. But...
Let none survive.
But I think because I'm ahead on board and in life totals,
You dare stand against the people?
I'll handle this.
that's fair.
I'll handle this. That didn't go as...
Alright, I dig this.
Junk on that, scary. Junk up fine.
Tracking into tracking. And...
What are you waiting for?
I'm at 5. That'll take me to 9. Yeah, I guess we'll do it. And let's do this.
Let none survive.
So yeah, I'm hoping that I can get another double tracking that will get me into a Tame Pet or a Migrating Elekk. Or Confront the Tol'vir will also give me another Tame Pet, so that's one way to go. Nice. Doesn't look like they can get through to Niri. This is great. Very good position. Unless they have a... There it is, the static shock. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough.
The tracks lead this way.
Most of the time on Sansa time, I just like going for hunter spells. I think it gives you the best chance to do something busted. That's actually not bad. I kind of like this. Because I can do this. That is not bad at all. That's a lot of pressure on them. And then we got roam free into 7-cost guys, and then call the wild the following turn. Seems great.
Death itself draws near.
I'll handle this.
Yeah, it feels so weird to be playing a Crazed Alchemist as a metagame, specific metagame play, but what are you gonna do? Ooh, I love me some Mythical Terror. That is oh yeah, Mythical Terror is disgustingly good. And I think we're gonna do this so that Mythical Terror definitely lives. Hopefully it hits this first too, so this becomes a 1. Oh, I was like, can I live the dream, please? Rewind, I assume? Yeah. Sure. Well, let's get ourselves a 10-cost beast. Yeah, I guess we just,
Strike with fury. Strike with fury.
This has been the most surprising Shaman matchup I've had in a long time. Like, normally this matchup is significantly harder. Okay. There you go. Alright, so 1 and 2, what is that, 4 wins away from Legend again. Here we go.
Tavish versus Rexa.
Let's go.
Alright, we have prepared for this moment. We have the Crazed Alchemist. Awesome. I was literally just about to say, I think, again, in the mirror, it's probably correct to keep Talya on the mulligans because it's got such a significant effect on the ability to overwhelm your opponent once you have the companions going. So having that in my opening hand, fantastic. Tame Pet, obviously, also fantastic. Trying to think of what else is really super relevant. Crazed Alchemist, super relevant way later. Assuming we get there. I think this on turn 5, or even 4 with the coin, is pretty nuts. Into another one? Come on. Alright, we are living the dream. Let's see if we can Sands of Time into another Tame Pet. Now that would be living the actual dream. I think we Tame Pet first. Nah, let's do this first. Show me Tame Pet. Whoo! Hello! That's dirty. Oh my god. Okay, we can do another one, but I don't think that's worth it off the coin. I think on turn 4, getting the Talya is going to be much more impactful.
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt down our enemies.
Into that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go again. Decent 6s. Let's get some 7s. This is actually the fastest I've ever done this. Turn 3, getting up to 7s is actually bonkers. Yeah, this makes me wish I had Animal Companion, the 3-cost spell, because that would elevate this so much. Because then you could just go like turn 4, 7-drop. Just, yeah, this is crazy. But we are going to go turn 4 Talya, so this is too much. Oh my god. And so far they haven't given us any indication of which version of the deck they are playing. All pretty standard cards so far. Whew, into a roam free. Alright, so yeah, we definitely gotta play Talya. And we could Sands of Time into an Animal Companion or something like that. But I guess worst case scenario, we just wait till turn 7 to roam free. I would love to see, like, if we got to Confront the Tol'vir, that would take us to 10, because we've played 3 Tame Pets so far. Ooh, look at them go.
Welcome to the world.
Alright, so they're doing a lot more in terms of board presence than we are. Yeah, so Sylvanas is probably the play, but I'm going to Sands of Time to see what we can come up with here. I don't hate Press the Advantage. Intertwined Fate could actually be really nuts here. I don't know that it's... I mean, I can't play it this turn. I would have to wait. Yeah, I think... Yeah, Intertwined Fate could be really good here. So we're going to see what happens there.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
Alright, so now they got 10 cards, which is great.
My hand is too full.
Alright, tracking is not bad to burn. That works out well. So I just got to make it 2 more turns to get to roam free. And then we are off and running. Or off and roaming? Anyways. Oh, they're playing the Fletcher version. Okay. Very surprising. Well, there's the Confront the Tol'vir that I was hoping for. This will play. Let's do this. 2 Sands of Time, 2 Tame Pet. No, it'll be 3 Tame Pets. This is not showing the correct thing. It's fine. Let's just go for it.
Welcome to the world.
Cool. Alright, turn 6. We got up to 10s. Healing Rain is actually not bad, restoring 12 to all friendly characters. So let's do that. And then we're going to trade a couple things here.
Retake the land! Big yawn!
I'm still not super sure I like this deck without Animal Companion. The actual 3-mana spells sometimes gives you some good value. Because in a situation like this, where I ended up with, what, 7s on like turn 3? If I had an Animal Companion, I could just be dropping 7 bombs real easy. Do I Omen here? Yeah, I think I Omen. And we get an extra Tortola. Perfect. That and this. Boom. Yeah. How do you win against that? 2 and 2. 3 wins away from Legend again. So back to where I started. Alright, let's go.
Versus Alexstrasza.
I don't know that I've lost to a Druid yet.
I'll make my own fortune.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Druid matchup is very good. We're not doing that. I think Confront the Tol'vir is a fantastic keep. There's enough 1-drops that it's hard not to. Yeah, and tracking hopefully will get us to a Tame Pet. If not another tracking.
Welcome to the world.
Oh, look at that. Good old Twilight Egg. Yeah, surprisingly don't get Twilight Egg very often off of Raptor-Nest. Ooh, there's the tracking. Really would have liked to see Tame Pet there. But they're definitely some kind of aggro druid, so I think I need to be
Welcome to the
a little
world.
careful here. So I can't just go aggressively searching my deck with trackings and, you know, trying to discover with Sands of Time. I think I need to be a little bit more thoughtful about some of these. Maybe Wound Prey was the way to go. Yeah, okay, that's a great trade for me. In that case, then, wow.
The tracks lead this way. What have we here?
Useful thing. Eager to share.
Yeah, I'm not always in love with Raptor-Nest Nurse, just because it produces a lot of random one-cost minions and sometimes some weird one-cost spells. Sometimes they're useful. The spells are more useful than the minions in my experience, because the minions a lot of times just take up space on the board, which makes it a little bit tougher when you're trying to make some crazy big animal companions, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay, there's that. Now if I play Confront the Tol'vir, I get double tracking, double Nest Nurse, the 2 other minions, and a Tame Pet, which is decent value here.
The tracks lead this way.
Welcome to the world.
Nice. The Wasp is great.
The tracks lead this way. Useful things.
Awesome.
Eager to share.
Well, it's not showing me the things here. That's unfortunate. So I gotta remember. Wasp, Experiment, and Monstrosity. Interesting. Yeah, it's really unfortunate how unreliable HS Tracker is. Alright, up to 10 cards, so we're gonna burn something here. Ooh, that's a rough one to burn. But I think...
Come to me, friend.
I think the Wasp here is pretty good. And I'm not going to use it on this, obviously. That's a little much, in my opinion. But it gives me a source of stingers, which could be really powerful. Especially if they are just the Druid aggro deck that it seems like they are. Well, I think it's time to trade this in. And then let's do one here, and that'll give me a stinger. And that stinger is worth 4. I'm a little tempted to second flame this guy just to make sure I get something off of it, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think, yeah, whatever they would do is probably going to be damage based anyway, so. That is Wildwood Circle, but honestly not super concerned about it.
Tucked in nice and warm.
Alright, Hatchery Helper's annoying. Well, now, wow, now we've got double stinger on Confront the Tol'vir. Let's get some more stingers out there, I think. Because if I go like this, this will make him discard card. Nice. And then if I play another stinger, so put another one on Confront the Tol'vir. Ooh, and you know what I can do? If I do this... You know what? Let's actually... Is this survives damage? Whenever it takes damage, so we're just going to pop itself again. Yeah, we're going to burn some cards here, but I think this is a really cool use of this. The stingers off of the Tol'vir is just nuts. Ah, it's finally showing me this. Good. We got 6s.
Welcome to the world.
My hand is too full.
Okay. Yeah, so many stingers. That's amazing. Ah, but now it's got to hit my guys. Okay, that's fair. Whew, what a turn. That was pretty snazzy. I just have to hope that we don't burn the other Call of the Wild. That would be a pretty bad one. Yeah, and this is one of the things I don't like about playing aggro druid is if you end up in a position like this, you have to figure out a way to reestablish your board. Yeah, there's no way they're coming back from something like that. Alright. Yeah, and I had to do the little stinger thing. I was like, how do you not do this with Confront the Tol'vir? That's way too much value to pass up, especially against an aggro deck. Like, come on. Okay, 2 wins away from Legend. Let's get there.
Versus Alleria.
Alright, Shaman is totally fine.
I'll make my own fortune.
This hand is pretty fantastic. Kind of want to do this so that I can smack that guy right away. But that will give them a 3-3, which is kind of annoying. I assume they're going to attack this with the 3-3, so maybe that's not the way to go. But I hate leaving this out there. I hate giving them...
What are you waiting for?
Come closer.
It's fine. Alright, annoying, but fair. Ooh. That's something.
What have we here?
Do I throw the Niri out there?
I'll shelter you.
I'm going to take a risk here and throw the Niri out. Because I don't think they can deal 5 damage on turn 3 from this position. If they can and I'm wrong, then so be it. But I think this is worth the risk. Because that would give me double... Ow! They're Singleton Hex? Okay. Alright. Well, when you're wrong. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I was right, but also wrong. Because, yeah, from this position, they're not dealing 5 damage. But Hex definitely gets the job done. And it is a 1 of in the deck for, I guess, situations like this. Shoot.
The track lead this way.
I think... Yeah, we're going to take Caretaker. Caretaker's surprisingly good.
Come closer.
It's going to give them 2 life here, obviously, but I'm not concerned about it. This is something I'm actually concerned about. I do kind of wish I had hit this earlier, but there are ways to handle it. And as long as I can continue to grow the animal companions, I should be able to deal with whatever they throw at me here. Like, getting a Razadier off of this would be pretty sweet. That's part of why I liked playing the 3-mana spell Animal Companion, because sometimes you would just be able to take advantage of these lower cost ones, but I think it's more powerful to be going for the heavy stuff. So, it is what it is. Okay, Wound Pray's a little helpful. No, I think we Sands of Time first. Alright, let's see. Hunter spell. Well, I guess Freezing Trap could be something. Pressure Plate, not bad. So if I can set up the Freezing Trap with the Whelp off of this, that's something. But obviously there's so many things they play that have value that are going to be giving them more value if I bounce it back to their hand. So, I don't know. We'll see. Could also just be one way to make sure we don't die, should things go that poorly. But I'm hoping we don't have to do something like that.
Welcome to the world. Big yawn.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
For traitors. You dare stand against the wind?
I'll handle this.
Makes sense that they would want to break that. That's fair. So if I can get good value out of Sylvanas, that could be... Oh, wow. Okay, Ascendance is pretty crazy. $11. Okay. This is awkward.
What have we here?
Big yawn.
The tracks lead this way.
Yeah, I'm not liking our shot here. I think we're just going to throw the Freezing Trap out to see what happens here, because I think it's when they attack my face. So If they play around it, we're just stuck, but... Nope, it's any attack, not just face. Yeah. Dang. Alright, taking a lot of damage. Ruh-roh. Yeah, there's no way to come back from this. This is actually ridiculous. Yeah, Ascendance was nuts. This is going to play a bunch of stuff. Let's see what happens, I guess.
Come closer.
This way. The tracks lead this way.
Come closer.
The tracks lead this way.
No quarter for traitors.
Ooh, and we can play another Confront the Tol'vir here.
To the world. Welcome to the
Let's do
world.
that. And I guess we just do it again. Why not?
Welcome to the world.
The tracks lead this way. My hand is too full. The tracks lead this way.
Dare stand against the Windlord.
That's all she wrote.
The sands speak, and I listen.
Alright, very dead. Yeah, that was ridiculous. The Ascendance was horrendous for me. So 3 and 3, back to 3 wins away from Legend. This is the way it goes at this stage, though. It's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I think this is where most people give up in their Legend runs, honestly. It's like, you go back and forth enough times and you're like, it just takes the wrong loss to go on tilt, and then you're like, oh, why can't I win? It's like, well, yeah, you can. You just gotta push through.
Tavish versus Jaina.
I'm surprised at the amount of mages I've been playing against.
Will prevail.
It's not very many, but it's more than 0, which is more than I thought. And double Elekk is pretty good. I usually like to have some 1-drops, but there's enough that there's a high likelihood I'll draw one by turn 1. That's not it. One more. Come on. That's not it either. Okay. Literally one of the first games I've ever played with this deck where I didn't have a 1-drop. But very hard to not keep double Elekk.
Welcome to the world.
So it looks like they are either Burn Mage or Leyline Mage. Burn Mage seems more likely if they're playing Living Flame, but we'll see.
Arcane might defend.
Archmage is a card. And they already have the Arcane Flow in their hand, so yeah, Archmage is fantastic with that card. See, I have 1 corpse.
What have we
1,
here?
2. See, this Hollow Direhorn guy is pretty interesting. Because if I'm willing to sacrifice both of these guys, and since I already have 1 corpse, if I spend 3 corpses, then he will gain Reborn, which is okay. It's obviously not amazing here.
What are you waiting for?
Come to me, friends.
But I think we're going to give this a run, because we get value off of that. And that gives that Reborn. Perfect. Oh, shoot. But it doesn't kill it. Alright, whatever. I have not been able to do that yet with that guy, so I was like, okay, let's give this a run. I feel like you have to do that every now and then, but that was a little ill-informed. Thankfully, I'm playing against Burn Mage and not super concerned about them. Sure. Okay, what else are we doing? They have 6 cards. So usually I like to hold Mimicry until it forces them to burn a card, because then I get some copies of their cards and then they burn some. So otherwise, Mimicry, not super great in my opinion. None of these feel very good. Show me a Tame Pet, something that I can actually use. Confront the Tol'vir is a card. That would play 3 cards. So let's do this and play 4 cards.
Come closer, critters.
Welcome to the world.
Give us a Static Shock, that's not bad. Okay. Totally okay with them playing the Arcane Flow. That makes that a lot less dangerous.
Twisted with ruin.
Yeah, not loving any of those either. I don't think getting all the ley lines is going to help me very much. This is okay. I don't know. Let's take a precise shot. Why not?
Come to me, friends.
What are you waiting for?
Alright, I'm not happy about this guy because they can very easily activate that, and then they've got further spell damage bonuses. Yeah, like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, Archmage into Time Twisted Seer is pretty good. Alright, there it goes. 3 and 4. This is crazy! How am I losing to mages? What is happening?
Liadrin! My blade burns with holy fire.
I'll make my own fortune.
Interesting hand, okay. Ay, 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 for real? Well, there's the flight maneuvers.
The light dims, but we fight.
That's insane. Alright, very good draw for them. Decent fives. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I should be playing Animal Companion, the 3-mana spell.
Reporting for duty.
Because there's been quite a few situations where I'm like, if I could just, you know, just throw one of those out there. Like right now, 3/12 taunt, pretty good. I'm very tempted to coin Spiritspeaker. Because, like, next turn they're going to have... Yeah, this is crazy. Next turn they're going to have flight maneuvers. So I think this at least gives me a fighting chance. Just gives me a big wall, honestly. Like, I mean, ideally I would have this thing, but then... Actually, I'm kind of tempted to do this. Because the flight maneuvers will give their team Divine Shield, and it'll give them 2 4/2s. Or 5/2s, I guess. Yeah, I'm actually going to do this. Because that gives me at least one way to get rid of a couple of Divine Shields at once, assuming... I mean, that's assuming... What is that? 4, 5, 6... I guess now, you know what, if they throw both their guys at that... Yeah. Yeah, how do you even beat... I don't know that there's a way to beat Bubble Paladin if they have this type of a draw. Like, what do you play? Yeah, there's not really any beating this. This is crazy. Now they swing for 18. Yeah, that's nuts. Well, I may be going with a negative win rate right now.
But we fight.
Calling for reinforcements.
Negative being below 50%. That's... I consider even to be 50-50. And anything under that is just negative progress, so... Shoot. Yeah, what even could save me here? Sylvanas is helpful, but does not save me.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foe.
Who dares disturb?
Good lord. Yeah, like, what is this nonsense? I mean, what can you do? Alright, so, yeah, I got 2 more games before I cut this off. Let's see what I can do here.
Tavish versus Rexa.
Alright, another Hunter mirror match. Here we go. This is the riveting content you guys came for, right? Yeah, very reasonable hand. Hard not to keep this.
quickly.
Ooh, there's the Wasp again. Yeah, the Wasp is pretty good.
Lead us to victory.
Alright, making real good progress into a Confront the Tol'vir. Let's go. So let's throw the trackings out there. You know what? How greedy do I want to be with this, actually? Because double Tame Pet is pretty strong. I could just go coin, Confront the Tol'vir. That'll take me down to 5 cards. I'll draw 2 more, pump up to 8. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Dracorex is great. And there's a roam free. So I really would love to see Spiritspeaker. That would be the best possible here. So I'm going to see if we can tracking into something like that. Or tracking into another Confront the Tol'vir, which draws us 2 more cards and gets us up to 10 cost minions.
Come closer, critters.
The tracks lead this way.
Okay, Wound Prey's not bad. Actually, Brawl is pretty solid.
The tracks lead this way.
Ooh, and Talya? Okay. So turn 5 Talya, turn 6 Brawl plus Wound Prey. That is the play here.
Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world.
To my side.
Sure. Tracking's great. Sure, we burn a card, but I'm not super worried about it because we've got everything we need.
Return to the wild, my friends. Return to the wild, my friends.
All right, good answer. But as long as we get Dracorex off of Brawl, I think we'll be okay. Even Volcaros isn't bad, but Dracorex plus something else is the way to go. Double Dracorex would be awesome. That would be the nuts. Oh, Spiritspeaker guarantees it. Well, what do you know?
Come to me, friends.
And what's our bonus? Another one. Let's go.
Retake the land.
Actually... I could Wound Prey it. Yeah, let's do that.
Retake the land!
I don't know. Let's do this guy. Now that's a board. Yeah, 7s are way worse than 8s. Yeah, like this guy's good, but yeah, Dracorex is incredible.
Retake the land!
Nature embraces us.
Yep, how do you lose then? Yeah, unless they catch up real quick. Alright, so yeah, getting up to 10s will definitely help them here. So if they get double Tortola themselves, that could be annoying, but aha, that was lucky. Very lucky for us.
Well played.
Nature embraces us.
Strike with fury. Strike with fury.
Alright, now it's a pretty unlosable situation. Like, they'd have to have some pretty crazy stuff here, like their own Dracorex plus other stuff, which, yeah, is literally not possible because of the 10s. Totally fine. Sure. Yeah, holding 2 spells in Brawl is pretty awesome. Ooh, and that's why we play this guy.
My new recipe.
Nature embraces us.
Strike with fury. Strike with fury.
Alright, well, the Crazed Alchemist came at the exact moment we needed it. That worked out nicely. But I am 4 and 5, so one game away from where I started now, sadly. But alright, one more game. Let's see what I can do.
Tavish versus Chugol!
Alright, again a surprising amount of mages.
Here is power.
I'll make my own fortune.
Well, Sylvanas is pretty useless against them, I think. Sometimes, if it's like Burn Mage, sometimes they play some weenie cards like the Winterspring Dragon, stuff like that, but... Let's do this. Sometimes going Coin Elekk on 1 and then Elekk on 2 is aggressive and gets the animal companions off to a good start. So let's see where this takes us.
The magic flows through.
They are playing ley lines. Wow. Yeah, I don't think the Wasp is good enough against them to warrant grabbing it. I don't know. See, the thing is, the Wasp with Confront the Tol'vir, it can just throw a bunch of damage at their face. There's potential there, because once you get one of the stingers, you throw all of the stingers at the Wasp, get another stinger, and then cycle through them. I'm just not sure if that's good enough or not.
What have we here? The tracks lead this way. Are you lead this way?
Or take your random ley line. Yeah, these are pretty mediocre 6s. Like, getting the 7/5 is okay.
Come to me, friends.
Yeah, like a 7/5 that does something on turn 4 is still pretty reasonable. It's crazy that I'm like, it doesn't seem that good. I think that says something about the power level of the deck, or even the power level of this format. Sure. Oh my god. Just got double King Mukla? Oh my god. Oh my god. That was crazy. How do you come back from that?
Hour draws nigh.
It's almost here.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
Nature embraces us.
Yeah, we're just gonna go full-blown aggro. Kind of hard not to. Okay, they cleared it. Well done. We do still have... I feel like it would be a mistake not to use the hero power this turn. Yeah, there's nothing that I would get that I would play over the hero power, I think. Flash Flood? Oh, Ivy. Okay. That's something. They're working their way back. Yeah, we've got Roam Free. We're going to get an 8-cost minion. Then followed up with Call of the Wild. Possibly double Call of the Wild. Does this mean they're dead? Kaboom. Okay, finishing off 5-5, which is crazy. Quite literally just back to the exact same place that I started. This is so dumb. But yeah, that was a very interesting roundabout way. But this is what happens at this stage. You just go back and forth sometimes, and it's just the way it is. Definitely made a couple of misplays here and there that definitely... I'm not sure if they completely cost me games, but they definitely cost me some momentum and stuff like that. So always worth reevaluating stuff like that. I'm very surprised, though, at the amount of mages I'm playing against. Like, in this run alone of 10 games, I think I played against 4 mages. 1, 2, 3... No, just 3 of them. But still, that's crazy amount of mages compared to what I normally play against. Yeah, very surprising, but I guess people like mage, and there's a couple mage archetypes. They're just, on paper, they don't seem very good. The data has never been enough for me to warrant continuing to play mage. I've played it here and there to, kind of fart around and see how good it is, and was never impressed enough with it to actually play it. But yeah, here we are, 5-5. Definitely going to keep poking around with this deck and seeing what I can do. I think the Crazed Alchemist is the way to go, because the amount of mirror matches is pretty crazy. How many mirror matches, actually? 3 mirror matches in this run of 10 games. And then in the last run of games, I played against 2 more. So, yeah, I think the mirror match is pretty common. It's a popular deck. It's a good deck. I like the Critter Caretaker, but I'm starting to think that, maybe it's just one version of the deck. I don't know if it's actually the superior version or not. Which after playing a bit, it definitely seemed like it, but I'm not entirely sure anymore. Definitely think it's good, though. I think it helps a lot with like the shaman matchups and stuff like that. But yeah, lots to consider here. This metagame seems to be kind of evolving a little bit, but not the way that you would hope, and we're not getting much help from Blizzard. So, I think a lot of people are probably some people are trying to make this leyline thing work because of the buffs, but just because Blizzard buffed it doesn't mean that it's very good. I think it's the bottom line, in my opinion. The last time I played it before the buffs wasn't very good, and the buffs didn't get me excited enough to be able to play it now. So, and everything I've seen online about people talking about their experience playing it post-buff have been just abysmal. Like most people I've seen just completely dislike it and think it was a waste of a buff. But yeah, anyways, random thoughts. This metagame is very interesting for some good reasons and some bad reasons. So thank you if you guys are already following. Definitely check out the other videos on the channel. This was part 7 of the Legend run. I think part 8 we should be able to make it there. Only 3 wins away. So at least I did not make backwards momentum in this video. So peace and love, guys. I'll catch you next time.